So we talk about Texas, and you had a wonderful tenure there at the University of Texas. I know you also came up during a tough time, a tough era when you got to the Kansas City Chiefs. You were drafted first round, 15th pick overall. What do you think when you initially got to the Chiefs? How tough was it to turn that team around, and what was your thoughts going into it?
Man, I first got there in 2005. Dick Vermeil, he told me that, hey, if you, because I was slotted from first round pick from slot 10 to 15, and the Chiefs were at 15. And he already told me, hey, if you slip down to 15, it's no way we have to take you. Our offense is doing really good. Our defense, we need help, especially for as the linebackers. And man, Kansas City came across the ticker at 15. Man, it was definitely a blessing. When I got to the Chiefs, man, it was an older team. It was an older team. Offensively, killing it, man. I mean, it was like I was on defense. That's where I learned how to use my hands. I did not really know how to use my hands. I was a Nagurski winner. I was a Buckets winner. I won all these awards in college without even using my hands. And then I get to the Chiefs, and you got Will Shields, Willie Rowe, you got Casey Wigman, John Wellborn. B Waters, everybody, and when you taking on blocks, if you going in there with a shoulder and stuff, ain't no way you can get Priest down or get LJ down at the time. So it was one of those things I had to learn really quick, and the team was transitioning. Right, it was a weird time. Dick Vermeil was on his way out; he was retiring, so we had to go through a coaching change. So I went through Herm Edwards, and he drafted some good players, but just couldn't get it done. And then we just started going down the going down each I guess new head coach, and then eventually we got to Andy Reid, and that was pretty good for me. 5 years with him.
Yeah, so you talked about coaches change. I had a chance to experience that a little myself. Mick Williams was the one that recruited me out of San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
He was the head coach. I show up on the first day, and John Makovic is now the first coach. So I had that true surprise and probably felt some of the things that you did as well. You talked about using your hands and being aggressive and having to change that up. I'm glad that you was able to make that change quick, man, because as you know, in the NFL, it's a very fast pace and it moves very quickly. Let's talk about KC when you went 2-14 in 2012, and then 11-5 in 2013, and now you're under Andy Reid with Derrick and yourself as a defensive captain. Tell me a little bit about that year when you was the captain, what that turnaround felt like, and how was it playing for Andy Reid?
Man, yeah. 2012 was a hard year for us. We had the murder suicide with Javon Belcher, really close guy of mine, linebacker, and that year was just long. Football is already hard, and losing that many games, it just makes it that much harder. But we're going through a lot of things on and off the field, and Andy Reid came available in 2013, and we needed a new fresh start, and that happened for us. Kansas City was blessed from it. The players was blessed, and Alex Smith came. He was our leader on offense, and I was the leader on defense, the quarterback of the defense. So that was the biggest change. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are different players that come in and out, but being able to change that coaching staff and be able to change that head coach, that was a big deal for us.
I like that. So, Derrick, let me ask you this: your first impression of Andy Reid, what was it? Just the very first impression.
Man, he's not as big as you think he is. Maybe the big Andy from back in the day at Philly, but the red Andy, the KC Andy, he's not as big as you would think. But I tell you what, man, I mean, straight shooter, players coach. He doesn't like surprises. He lets us be men, and man, he's a heck of a offensive guru coach, but great guy overall.
Yeah, I can definitely share the same kind of respect that you have for Andy Reid. I, of course, didn't play for Andy Reid, but there came a time during my career when I was with the Baltimore Ravens, I had an opportunity to go out and seek free agency right before the year we won the Super Bowl. And I went to Philadelphia. If you can remember, Andy Reid was head coach there, and I believe it was Deuce Staley was the running back at the time. So just a little quick story. I think he definitely is a straight shooter because I went into the office, and the first thing that Andy Reid said to me is that, Priest, we definitely want you, but here's how it's going to go. You're going to play the first 8 games in the next season. We're going to pay you not as a starter, but as a backup. But you're going to run the ball for 8 games as a starter. Okay, wow. That was the first thing that was a red flag for me. I said, okay, hold on, that's not making sense. And then Andy Reid said, well, Deuce Staley will be back from his ACL tear by the 8th or 9th game. And when he's back and fully recovered, he's going to go back into that starting position. So I'm in my 3rd year in Baltimore trying to decide, should I take this opportunity to go to Philadelphia? And for me, it was a no-brainer to stay in Baltimore. Here was the reasons why. Number one, I already knew the Baltimore Ravens offense. I knew it was 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I know the offense wasn't built around me to be the most successful. It was more for a big bruising back. And so I said, well, but on one side, I definitely want to take the opportunity to leave to go to Philadelphia. But Andy Reid, I think he was a straight shooter. He just told me exactly what it was. You'll play 8 games, and then after that, we'll bring our starter back in. For me, I said I might as well stay in Baltimore. And look, Derrick, I'm so glad that I stayed in Baltimore that year because the very following year we went on to win Super Bowl 35 versus the New York Giants. So that's a little story that I have about Andy Reid, and that's why I say, like you just said, your first impression, straight shooter. I can say the same thing about Andy Reid as well, man. So that's good. So let me ask you this. You said in the locker room you used to kind of like rib or cut jokes on Kelce about his reality show. What's the funniest or most memorial moment from those days when you were teammates with Kelce?
Oh man, Kelce is a fun guy, man. Really fun guy. I know the young Kelce, the little bit wild Kelce. But I tell you what, man, heck of a football player. Was popular off the field, so he had these shows. So, it's always we're always teasing him on his fashion and the way he dresses, like especially early on. We was as the guys, we would give him his props though. As a young guy, I'm like, okay, he got his little swag going on or whatnot. But Kelce is a fun guy, man. Hall of Fame player. First got to the league. We didn't see him much because he didn't, especially his first or second year, he was hurt the whole time. So we thought he was just a guy just passing through. You got those guys passing through all the time. But I tell you what, he got healthy, and the Chiefs saw something in him that was unbelievable. We didn't know. He took everybody by storm. But Kelce is a big time leader now, and it's so awesome to see him handle this popularity and Taylor Swift and just the whole nine. Hats off to him, man. A lot of people can't do it. He is really making it flow.
So I've got a little thing about Kelce as well. I remember the days when Kelce had the low taper fade. You remember that days, the low taper fade haircut that he would have? So now his hair looks a little bit different. I know he was just recently in a movie as well. So what would you say his new hairstyle looks like now? Because it definitely isn't the taper fade that he had back in the day.
You know what? I guess Taylor can change you a little bit. It's a little different now. You know what I mean? It's a little more buttoned up. He's got a little more water going on the hair, a little longer on top. But he's doing good, man. It's good to see him evolve, and Taylor definitely has a influence on him. So it's pretty cool.
Breaking news from Bet365. New customers, Priest, $5. You just bet that and you can get $200 in bonus bets. Win or lose. So sign up, place a bet for $5 and get $200 in bonus bets. Win or lose.
Bonus bets can be used on the spread, player props, futures, and so much more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER in Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. Or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 21 plus only. 18 plus in Kentucky. Please gamble responsibly, and you must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, and Kentucky, as well as Louisiana and select parishes. Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. $10 minimum deposit required. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
This has been a Playmaker production.